Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com, and today I've got another Tracer video, and depending on the way my videos get released, I just did one maybe a video or two ago, and ironically that was for a watch that I thought needed some press to help sell it. And today I'm doing a watch, or a couple watches, that I saw in Basel just a few months ago, and they don't need press because they went up on the website yesterday and they already started selling. But I think the boxes check the watches check a lot of boxes for people, so I really wanted to show them off to you. Before we do that, right, wrist check. I actually just came back from the JCK jewelry show in Las Vegas, which is a lot smaller, 007 with this single dome crystal, and still wearing my dad's Datejust. Just came back from the JCK show in Vegas. These are the watches I wore. I've been going to that show, I think, 13 or 14 years running now. It's a much smaller show than in Basel. It's actually a jewelry show first, watches second. That one is watches first, jewelry is second. But still, been going every year. Still see plenty of people, and hopefully there's some exciting things that I'll be bringing up on the channel that pertain to that shortly. But anyway, let's get over and check out the new Tracer watches. So for today's video, I set up 3 different Traser watches for you. I've got 2 in the 37mm case and 1 in the 42. So what they've done is they've relaunched the Essentials, which they took the P5900 Type 3, remodeled it, and made it available in 2 case sizes and 2 dial colors. So what can you get? Well, you can get a 37mm case, stainless steel case with a blue dial. You can get a 37mm case with a black dial and a black PVD case. Or you can do the same thing in a 42. You can get a 42 in a black dial, black PVD case, or a 42 in a blue dial stainless steel case. And then when you mix up all the strap combinations and stuff, you're looking at 9 or so different combinations that you can have. You can get them on meshes, you can get them on nylons, you can get them on leathers. So there's a lot of stuff to pick from. I have all the styles now in the store. You can check them out. I'll go over just these 2. I want to show this one just for comparison on the bracelets, but we'll start with the one on the left, and we'll move on from there. So this one is Traser P59 Essential Small Blue Dial Watch. It's got trigger light, which is your tritium tube technology, your radioluminescence. It's also got some Superluminova in it, so we'll take a look at that in a minute. But really to the most important thing, it's a 37mm watch. So this is 37. It's 10mm thick from here to here. And then the tip to tip on these really flat lugs is 43mm. It's an 18mm strap. It's normal spring bar, so you can put on whatever you want. And like I showed you before, you can get a stainless steel mesh bracelet. They make a leather strap for it. It is a sapphire crystal, very nice, anti-reflective, scratch-resistant sapphire crystal. Solid screw-down case back. 100 meters water resistance. Price, this guy's around $250. They're all somewhere between like low 2s and mid to upper 3s, depending on case size and the strap. If you were to put on the metal bracelet, the one that I showed you before, and again, this is just, I'm not going to go over the metal one, same watch, it's a metal bracelet, so running about $50 more for this really nice, infinitely adjustable metal strap. Just wanted to kind of show you the differences you can have. It obviously has a date, it's a push-pull crown, doesn't screw down. Made in Switzerland, a Swiss-made watch, and we'll see that on the dial in a minute. It's also got the radioactive markings. So what makes this watch special? Well, what makes every Tracer special is that it's got tritium tubes. Tritium tubes, if you check out the watch and learns I've done in the past, are radioluminescence, which means they're filled with gaseous tritium, and they glow continuously without needing any charging from all this light that you see coming, streaming into this little photo studio here. So it glows on its own. It could be in darkness for 3 years. You could look at it and it would look the same as it did when you put it in there. Tritium does not dull, in your perceptible time frame. After 10 to 12 years, it will lose about half its radioactivities, and then from there on, it will degrade over time. But like I said, it doesn't need any charging, so super cool technology, been around for a long time. Let's pull it on the dial, and then we'll do the bit on the glow in the dark. So this guy is the awesome blue dial that you can see. You can see Swiss made, and then T25. That's 25 millicuries of radiation. Traser H3, H3 being the isotope of hydrogen that's used in the tubes. So where are the tubes? Well, let me try to separate the hands a bit. Okay, here we go. So on this minute hand, you can see there's like a green tube sticking off of it. On the hour hand as well. So those are two tritium tubes. At the 12, you see there's like an orange tube that's on the dial. And then likewise at the 3, the 6, and the 9. Now in the other spots, what do we see? Well, at the 10, 11, 1, 2, we don't see anything. We see paint. It's actually Superluminova. So what the idea here is, oh, and there's also 2 lines. I think those are tubes actually under the Traser logo, if you can see that there. We'll turn out the lights in a minute. But so what's going on here? Well, if we recall in some of the videos I've done, especially on the Watch and Learns, I talk about radioluminescence. So radioluminescence's charm is that it glows constantly, as I said before. It never dies down, well, never in a certain frame of reference. Whereas Superluminova, or Seiko's LumaBright, or any of the other stuff, it charges with ambient light that you see around you. And then once you put it in the dark, it glows. It glows awesome. Nothing like a Seiko. The second you come inside from a sunny day into a dark room, it glows amazingly. But if you hang out like in a movie theater for 15, 20, 30 minutes, you'll notice after like 15 minutes or so, it's fairly dim, and after a half hour, it's really dim. You need adjusted eyes to see it, past a certain amount of time, which is where tritium comes in amazingly well. So after a whole night of sleep in a dark room, tritium is still glowing because it never stops, remember? But because your eyes are adjusted, your pupils and your eyeballs, whatever is working in your brain, can pick up the amount of light that it emits. And you can see, since you've got an orange one and 3 greens and 2 hands, a short one and a long one, you can figure out what time it is. So that's the way tritium works. So what they're doing here, other companies have done it. I don't want to say any of the trademark names. I don't know if they have I don't know if they have their own trademark on this thing yet. But basically, we have Superluminova in the beginning. As that fades down, the tritium kind of takes over. Nothing is really happening, just the Superlume is getting dimmer, but the tritium is staying the same, and after a while your eyes just pick up the difference and the tritium comes to life, and eventually the Superlume, you really don't see any longer. So enough yapping and chapping. Let's flip out the lights and check it out. So as you know, my photo studio is not very bright, but that's going to work to our advantage today. What I want to do is show you the differences. So you'll pick up the ring around the dial. That is actually a track of Superluminova. The 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, 11 are all Superlume. So were the numbers of the 12, 6, and 9. The hands are pure tritium, as are the markers at the 3, the 6, the 9, and the 12 is actually burning pretty bright. I don't think there's Superlume under it. I think it's just a marker, but I could be incorrect there. And then under the Traser symbol, you'll see a little more. So what's happening is that over time, these markers at the 1, the 2, and if I sat here for a few minutes, as I sometimes drone on and talk, you would see they would start to dim out, and the tritium would start to take over, equal in strength, and eventually overpower the Superlume. So it's basically ensuring legibility over a long period of time. The addition of Superlume makes it legible over the extreme short time of the first 15 or 20 minutes. People's complaints with Traser watches, with Luminox watches, with night watches, with ball watches, with any watch that's got tritium, T25 tubes, not T100s really, is that when you go in from a bright room to a dark room and you look at it, you don't see anything. But you have to wait for your eyes to become adjusted. A lot of people don't really understand that, and this kind of solves that problem, and I think it makes everybody happy. And I'm sure as I've been talking, this is definitely dimmer. The 12, 6, and 9 are definitely dimmer. I'm going to put this over here, and if my editing skills are any good, I am going to try to make something pop up on the right so you can kind of do a comparison of what the different looms look like from start to finish. Okay, so this was the blue dial 37mm. Like I said, now you can get this in a black dial in a black PVD case, and then different strap options as well. When they do the black one with the bracelet's PVD to match everything else. So it's a really nice effect. I want to just bring up one more, and it's going to be the 42mm black. So black PVD stainless steel with the nylon strap. So this is model number 108218, Tracer P59 Essential Medium Dial, the black version. Like I said, PVD steel, black dial, black hands. Isn't that cool? They made everything match. You know, a lot of times companies do the silver hands, which I don't like. And I like they did black hands. So let's see sizes, right? So we're now at 42 mils, 42 millimeters in diameter. We're still at 10 thick. We're going to be at 48 millimeters from tip to tip here. So now we're more in dive watch category, 007, 009, Mako Ray, etc. 22 millimeter lug width. So again, if you don't like this or any other options that they offer, you really have a plethora of things to choose from. Everything else about the watch is the same. The Loom, the Loom how it works, the tritium, the Superluminova, Swiss made, 25 millicuries. They've IP'd the crown. And like I said, I didn't want to drown the video with just loads and loads of the same watch, just slight different variations. I just want to say it one more time, right? You can get this one in a stainless steel case with a blue dial, or you can get it in the black PVD with the black dial that you see here, and then all the different strap options that come with a certain dial color. This one is around $265 or so. Really matching hardware. Really a solid piece. Really a nice watch. I will put it on my wrist, and I'll put the blue on my wrist, I'll put the black on my wrist. You can check out the differences. So there's the blue one on my 6 3/4 inch wrist. Obviously, no problem at all. Super lightweight, comfortable. You can see there I am on the strap. Loads of distance to go in each direction. So this will really go down to a small wrist, well under 6 inches, I would say. And then on the plus side, probably close to an 8-inch wrist. I'm not sure you would want that. Maybe a little bit too small for you, but check out the lug to lug. Everything else about it is really nice. Let's strap on the 42 and take a look at that one. So if you prefer something with a bit more wrist presence, here's the 42 millimeter version. Now on 48 at the lug to lug, it's still fine for me. I wear those divers I'd mentioned before without a problem. Very comfortable. Same strap deal. Strap goes a lot smaller. Strap goes a lot bigger. Lots of options, and Traser really did not make it easy to pick because, like I said, you choose your dial, you choose your case, you choose your strap. It's almost like make your own watch, but just loads of things to choose from. But you can't go wrong. You just got to figure out whether you want a small one or a larger one. This has been Mark from LongIslandWatch.com showing you some Traser new releases. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. If you have any questions or comments, put them down below, and I'll be sure to address them as soon as I can. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.